2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Golden State Warriors as they go up against the New Orleans Pelicans at Smoothie King Center. And for New Orleans, one thing we know, they feel they match up well in this contest. It's obviously an opponent they're confident going up against. We won't have to wait long to see if that confidence is well-founded. All right, this Warriors super team, hard to believe they got even scarier on paper than the roster that won 73 games. How do you guard them?
I don't know if you can, Ernie. You just got to be able to score against them because offensively, it's no way to really slow them down. They have too much skill, too much versatility, and too much shooting. Just a lot of much.
Same question to you, big guy.
Well, Ernie, when they go small, you got to pound them. You got to take it to them. Barbecue chicken alert down there in the middle. But, Ernie, unfortunately, most of the big men who could punish them have gone extinct. Extinct.
Kevin Harlan has the call.
They're unicorns.
We'll see you later.
Small ball.
I never wanna waste your time. My life, so precious, is yours, is mine. Hey, look at the time. My God, so precious, is yours, is mine.
And welcome everyone to another presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. The New Orleans Pelicans preparing to defend home court in this Western Conference battle. Now let's send it down to David Aldridge standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, Kevin, Klay Thompson continues to be happy with his role on the Warriors. He said winning is so much fun. It's one thing to put up numbers, and it's another to sacrifice and be on the best team in the NBA. I'll take the latter every time. At the end of the day, people are going to remember championships. That's what it's all about. That's absolutely right. Kevin?
Thanks, David. That's the mindset you have to have. In the end, winning titles should be the ultimate goal. Two teams tonight that love to get out and run. Brent, talk about some of the keys to being effective in the transition game.
Well, one part about transition, Kevin, is the first couple steps that anybody takes to get out on the break. I mean, there is a skill to running hard in transition and then secondarily getting wide in the lane. So many coaches are yelling at their players about creating space by getting to the sidelines as quickly as possible. Those two things can make you pretty dynamic in the open floor.
So Golden State will get the first possession. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. The sharpshooters Curry and Thompson are at the 1 and the 2. Offense and defense with Durant and Draymond at the 3 and the 4. And it's McGee in at the 5. And so it's the Warriors getting on the board first. A shot by Holiday, nobody around. And the 3 off target. Shoots from 12. Mirotic grabs the miss. Golden State on D. Moore inside, defended by Durant. Here's the 3. And the Pelicans get it back. That shot off.
Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
That shot missing. Holiday with the defensive effort.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
That's a big-time finish. KD dunking all over the defense.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Rondo with it. Got a piece of it. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Clock at 6. 14 feet away. Here's Davis, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Well, that's a healthy make there after missing their first 4 shots. 1 of 5, not what they wanted, but they're on the board.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
It's a phenomenal crash from Anthony Davis on the boards there. He comes up with the rebound and gets an easy putback.
Durant, that's good.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
This is also one of those things where you start to think about how you're going to change your defense already. If at all possible, make someone else beat you.
Here's Curry. And McGee kicks to Green. Puts it up from 12. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Holiday against Thompson. Here's Davis. And Durant sends it back.
An extremely fluid athlete with sneaky explosiveness. It's a wonder Durant doesn't block more shots.
Mirajic grabs the miss. Moore passes to Rondo. Here's Davis. Davis can't get that one to fall.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Wasted no time on that one. 6 points for Kevin Durant.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
Here's Rondo. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. No good from Moore.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Quick shot there, and it's off target. Pelicans trail by 6. Lets it go with a 3. And nothing seems to work as that one misses, and he's 0 for 5.
Yeah, tough with his shot so far off right now. They're going to have to tap someone else to step up until he finds it.
You know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
Well, for a long time, most media guides had Kevin Durant listed at 6'9". Most players and fans knew, Brent, that was dated information from when Durant first joined the league. He's clearly grown since entering the NBA.
It took a while for Kevin Durant to actually admit to the fact that he was 7 feet tall in shoes. So we finally have that tidbit of information that's so critical to whether or not Kevin Durant is a good player or a great player, right? I'm kidding, Kev.
He is.
Go back over the history of the Warriors, and something I'm quite familiar with growing up in the Bay Area. The fans of this team really suffered through a lot, now enjoying the golden age of Golden State Warrior basketball.
And both free throws good for Durant. And the Warriors, as we all know, were a slumping franchise from the late 70s up until this current run. Only 6 playoff appearances from 1978 to 2012.
Yeah, you don't need to tell me that, Kevin, because I was going to the games growing up as a kid in the Bay Area. But amazing to see that this franchise has found some success and that they found it in Oakland for the fans who have starved for this kind of play for so long. 40 years between championships, and now the golden era for the Golden State Warriors.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Well, no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it. And for Kevin Durant, one area that he excelled in last season was his rim protection. He used his length and timing to disrupt a lot of shots. And I think that's what he focused on. Joining the Warriors, you knew he was going to score, but he wanted the responsibility and came through defensively for Golden State.
First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. And again, no good by New Orleans. And Durant's rim protection was a big help to the Warriors and the defense, certainly. Durant and Green, Brent, combined to be one of the best defensive duos in the NBA.
And I'm not sure if we still think of Kevin Durant in the stopper mode, Kevin. I think we were really shocked, though, last year about how effective he could be as a team defender, using his length and having an impact around the rim and painted area like he did last year.
He's off on the first. And from the day that Anthony Davis was drafted, New Orleans had a win-now mindset.
Well, that's what the decree from the upper management was, and maybe a little bit unfair to put that kind of pressure on such a young superstar talent who wanted to find his way in the NBA. The front office focused on making some trades and surrounding him right away without understanding exactly what Anthony Davis was going to be good at. Let's face it, he's still great, and there's still that opportunity for AD.
Pelicans trail by 10. Now here's Moore. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And Davis can't get it to go.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often.
Oh!
Yeah, Kevin, could you add that one to Durant's ongoing highlight reel? Thank you very much.
And that last replay, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now here's Rondo. Moore dishes to Mirotic. And Durant comes to help. Stolen by Durant. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
How about those long strides? Durant quick in the open court and then right to the rim.
Durant's gone 6 of 9 from the field. Just 3 misses, shooting a terrific 67%. And Holiday kicks to Rondo. And they double up Rondo. New Orleans moving the ball around. Holiday against Thompson. Clock at 4, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. Warriors leading by 14. Here's Curry with the 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And the Warriors dominant last season again, not only because, Greg, of their offense, but because of their defense. One of the best in the NBA, and they're just so active on that end of the floor.
No doubt about it. And you know what? Credit their personnel, because it allows them so much more flexibility defensively. And even when they go small, they have excellent rim protection. They're a physical bunch. I just don't think they get enough credit for their rebounding. One of the better teams in our league.
Pelicans trail by 17. Now Rondo. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Here's Durant. Goes back up. Curry gets the bucket.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Mirotic the screen. It's stolen by Curry for the finish, and the jam by Steph Curry.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
It's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
Now here's Rondo, and that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. It's tipped. Here's Curry. Score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed one of his 5 shots tonight.
A smart play by Steph there, wriggling into the defense and finding a way to bury the shot inside.
And here's New Orleans now. Davis sets a screen. Here's Rondo. An easy 2 points on the layup.
A lot of people feel like Moore has natural point guard ability, so I like to see him find the open.
Oh!
Yes, sir.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
Rondo kicks to Davis. Here's McGee. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 5 assists in the game.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
Now here's Moore. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Holiday the pass to Moore. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Each Moore doesn't get a lot of open touches, but when he does, he's got to be prepared to shoot. So lets that one go quickly.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Rondo against Curry. Curry with the steal, and Curry with the clear path to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway. Curry's got 13.
Such astounding shooting right now from him. He is untouchable from the perimeter. What a performance.
Back to Rondo. The feed now to Holiday. Double team on Holiday. Rondo wide open. Almost, but it rolls out.
The human aspect of basketball. You cannot fault the shot selection. He had a clean look. You just can't make them all.
The pass to Mirotic. Hits the 3-point bomb.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you. Always has his head on a swivel.
Here's Durant. Hands the 12-footer. 16 points for him.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And they double up Rondo. And it's Davis missing. Smooth sailing for Golden State. Here's Durant. And he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle too.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And Draymond Green was asked if he would be a different player, Brent, if he wasn't so vocal. His response was that he absolutely would.
Well, he's 100% right. I played with Gary Payton in Seattle, and if he wasn't yapping, he wasn't playing as well. I would say that Draymond Green falls into that sort of category. He brings an edge, he brings an intensity, and that helps the other guys on the team settle into the roles that they feel most comfortable with.
The free throw drops for Durant.
And the Pelicans might have the most formidable front court tandem in the NBA. DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis. Some calling them fire and ice. Gee, I wonder who fire is.
Now here is Holiday. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. It's Durant with the drive. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Mirotic gets the bucket. And the Pelicans, Brent, had flirted with small ball. How's the fit between Cousins and Davis?
Well, it does help out that both of these guys are so talented and capable of shooting the basketball as big men. But I think AD plays better off the ball and not really force-feeding him. DeMarcus is just the opposite. He's got to have the ball in his hands to make plays. So we'll see how they end up working this thing out. They could still use some perimeter shooting because of the attention that these two big guys are going to draw on a nightly basis.
Clark dishes to Davis. Gets that one to drop. That's his 3rd field goal in 8 tries.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Basket, good. Curry's got 15 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
New Orleans moving it around. Mirotic with it. Guarded now by Durant. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. Diallo, he's checked in for Mirotic. The Warriors also with a sub. David West, he's checked in for Durant. And so it's New Orleans with it. Clark for 3. It's rebounded by West.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys. Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Curry against Holiday. There's 1:38 left in the first quarter of the game. Knocks it loose. And it's the Warriors on the break. Curry leading the charge. Yep, it counts. Curry's got 19 points.
Yeah, pretty sure Steph Curry is the last guy that you'll want to see get hot. Only takes a couple of shots for him to find his rhythm.
Here's Davis. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
When Anthony Davis came into the NBA, you started to think about how he could dominate on the post, but it's really the growth in him as a shooter to stretch it out and shoot 3-point shots that really has opened up some eyes.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And Davis changed his whole shooting form in New Orleans. He used to shoot from his chest. It blocked his view of the basket.
That's never a good thing. That's your target. So shifting it over on the right side, more towards the shoulder, raising up so that he's got a more clear shooting window. That takes a lot of diligent work, Kevin, and a lot of players try their whole career to fix a shot that's failed. I think AD has done a good job of not only committing to it, but finding success with the new form.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
Yeah, and therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive, but not committing turnovers.
Young's checked in for Curry.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Davis. And Anthony Davis stayed pretty healthy last season, but he's missed around 90 games over the first 5 seasons of his career. Brent, among NBA first-round picks, that's one of the highest marks in history.
Certainly, Kevin, that is a concern. He had knee surgery, a torn labrum in his shoulder as well, so there has been some wear and tear on the 24-year-old. And a player of that size, you always are a little bit more cautious and a little bit more weary that those injuries can add up, and those injuries as you get older can linger.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
The Pelicans have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Holiday.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
And he can't hit the second. And with Drew Holiday's size, Brent, are you surprised he's not more of a slashing point guard?
Well, it's interesting, Kevin, because the percentage of field goal attempts for Drew Holiday last year from 0 to 3 feet was around 30%. So he actually had the most field goals around the rim that he's ever had in any season.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting only around 32% so far in this one. The offense looking a bit off kilter. Diallo kicks to Davis, uses the glass to finish the layup. Davis has got 9 points.
Well, when Davis can get that kind of position down low, those kinds of looks are pretty much golden.
That one good for 2.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And Holiday kicks to Clark. Pass to Diallo. Knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. That one off West. Golden State on D. And here's Holiday. Just 5 to shoot. Davis sets a screen.
And their three-point shot is just off the mark to start the game.
Here's West. The baseline jumper goes down. West has got his 2nd bucket.
And West, a knockdown mid-range shooter. You just assume it's going in whenever it leaves his hands.
There's the pick. Here's Davis, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
And how does he get that one to go? No idea.
We're at the end of the first quarter, and what a blowout already in this one. Warriors ahead, running away with this one. From New Orleans, back in a moment. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
I mean, we're 5-6 feet outside that three-point line. If I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, and I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And for the Warriors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
That's a quick way to build the lead, but Greg, can they sustain this kind of effort all night long? We'll see.
Holiday out there with Ian Clark, then it's Anthony Davis, then it's Miller, and it's Diallo in at the 4. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Here's Livingston. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Well, 6'7", Sean Livingston still can get up there and rock the rim.
And so it's New Orleans with it. Here's Holiday. Puts up a 3. Another miss by Holiday.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Over Holiday. Livingston, no luck.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Dishes it to Holiday. It's stolen by Livingston. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Pachulia, good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Davis. He's got 11. Pass to Clark. There's the triple. Up again. And another shot. And it's laid in by Davis. Davis has got 13 points.
So you have an all-star type player in Anthony Davis. He's going to handle that scoring load and always put you in great position.
Outside Holiday. Clark for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Clark's got himself on the board with 3 there.
There's just no excuse to leave someone that wide open. Communication breakdown.
Livingston, that's good. So, Brent, certain players are known for getting into people's heads. Who is a guy you played against that really challenged your mental toughness?
I'll give you two examples, Kevin. As an opponent, I would tell you that Vernon Maxwell was one of the less cerebral and more in-your-face aggressive players that I ever faced as an opponent. But on the flip side of that, Kevin, there were guys I played with that sometimes would challenge you mentally. In particular, one Gary Payton in Seattle. Always interesting to see how he approached the game, and sometimes even his own teammates.
But you always welcome the challenge, I'm sure.
Well, I take it head on. I mean, that's what guys do. They're paid to compete.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. LeBron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, a jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. D.A., thank you.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Aggressive Andre Iguodala play there. Love how he draws contact while shooting.
And for the last few seasons, we've seen where Andre Iguodala's role on offense has diminished. You know, he still contributes, but tends to defer a bit more there. And one thing you can say, though, defensively, still at an elite level in terms of his versatility.
First free throw is good. Perhaps, Greg, the biggest asset Iguodala brings to a team is his ability to defend.
I mean, he just has great timing for when to go for the steal. I mean, he can still move his feet well and can guard anybody, but the versatility to guard point guards to power forwards is something that makes him special.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And when you watch the Warriors, one thing that just jumps out is their passing. Everyone on this team, they allow the ball to dictate where it goes. Just unselfish to a fault.
Now here's Iguodala. Following the miss by Anthony Davis. Bell, West trying to free himself up. Bell's shot is good.
And have to defend better in the paint. They just let him set up way too deep.
Well, he's going to punish you down there if you're not more physical than he is, and look for them to go right back to that play.
Here's Rondo, following the score by Golden State. Right side Hill. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. And the Warriors last year averaging right around 30 assists a game as a team. Greg, just a huge number, and they led the league in that regard by a wide margin.
Yeah, the passing they do is what they purpose as well. And I really feel like they have the highest collective basketball IQ in the game. I mean, they get a lot of free points off backdoor cuts or leak outs, and that's all because of their ball movement and awareness as a group.
And that one misses.
Hill's smart about taking quality shots. He can play either forward position. It's a nice bit of versatility for a coaching staff.
Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for Ian Clark. And the Warriors also making a change. Draymond Green, he's checked in for West. He hits the second from the line. And the Pelicans' 2017 first-round pick went to the Kings as part of the DeMarcus Cousins trade. Brent, how does this team find help along the perimeter?
A lot of this comes down to the Pelicans and scouting not only the NBA and the college ranks, but maybe the international ranks to try to find some guys to come in and be not only 3-and-D players, but also good cohesive players to play alongside what DeMarcus Cousins can do and what Anthony Davis provides.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Down low, here's Davis. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Great understanding by Davis to sense the foul coming, but also get the shot off as well. Ejuan Moore out of Purdue, the 45th pick in the 2011 draft. Really pretty much a 3-and-D combo guy and has some versatility even to guard the point guards.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And Moore is certainly a self-made player. He prides himself, in fact, on his work ethic.
You think about in 2017, Moore coming around, drilling 77 three-pointers and shooting 37% last year. So becoming a bit more effective as a two-way player with those kind of numbers.
Good on the second free throw. Warriors have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Shoots inside. Here's Livingston. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Rondo kicks to Davis. And here's Moore outside. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Moore's got 6.
Moore is a quality three-point shooter, so you got to D him up, especially when he's behind the arc.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Well, they've been the better shooting team throughout the first half because of their patience and because of their shot selection.
Now here is Hill. Moore outside to the paint. Here's Rondo. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And although not the biggest guy, you got to love how Rondo uses his body inside. Has a great touch as well around the rim.
New Orleans gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Feeds it to Hill. Kicks to Davis. And they double up Davis. Poke loose. It's stolen by Bell. The drive by Iguodala. It's stolen by Hill. They're running. The dish to Rondo. Outside, Davis. Pass to Diallo. That one doesn't drop. Great D that time from Green. Goes up, and it's Green with the jam.
Great activity defensively. Draymond Green keeping the arms moving, plugs up the passing lanes.
Here's Rondo. To the wing on the left. Pick up by Hill. Rondo passes to Moore. 4 on the clock. Back to Rondo. And Thompson sends it back.
Well, Clay is a very good positional and on-ball defender, but him getting to a block shot like that, that's impressive.
And that's a terrific sequence at both ends there. There was the block shot, then the run out, and nice finish on the break.
Now here's Rondo. Davis in the corner. Jacks up a 3. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. And that's now 17 points for Davis. Here's Bell. Again, Golden State.
And maybe a little disengaged in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. He's really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action.
Here's Hill. And it's Rondo in the corner. He dishes it to Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
So you're going to give AD that kind of room? Well, here's the payoff for that.
Here's Bell. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. New Orleans gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Mirotic is checked in for New Orleans. Golden State also making some changes. Kevin Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Stephen Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Here's Rondo. Here's Davis. Nice D from Durant.
And I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Now here's Rondo. Davis sets a screen. And Moore kicks to Davis. And that one, good. Davis has got 10 points in the quarter. And Alvin Gentry, coach under Mike D'Antoni in Phoenix, helped install elements of that offensive system with the Golden State Warriors.
Well, tough last year because their point guard missed most of training camp, Drew Holiday, so you try to establish a good offensive continuity during that time of the year, and that didn't exist. The amazing thing under Alvin Gentry is after making a massive trade during the All-Star break, this team got into the top 10 in terms of their defensive rating. That's impressive stuff.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Durant, that's good.
Boy, when Durant gets on a roll, when he's being aggressive, his length and skill set makes him unguardable.
Outside Hill. Mirotic sets the screen for Hill. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
And for a long time, a lot of people would come up to me, including my dad, and tell me he was the face of the Warriors franchise. But after what Steph Curry has done, he has to be the face at this point. So many accolades and leading the team now to 2 titles in 3 years.
And so he hits the technical free throw. You know, Brent, Curry, arguably one of the best players in the NBA, as you were talking about moments ago. Certainly one of the best ever to play for the Warriors.
Well, there's no doubt that he's one of the greatest shooters, if not the greatest shooter of all time. And you think about how it is that Curry started his career, the ankle problems at Golden State, allowing him to sign a contract, really undervalued at the time. And all of a sudden, Steph Curry, one of the players who's a face not only of the Warriors, but of the league itself.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. And the Pelicans picked up 3 with their last shot. And it's Moore penetrating, stolen by Thompson. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
A tremendous job by Steph Curry there, getting the ball over quickly to the open man, not letting that lane close down.
And for the Pelicans, they're shooting not great, 40% for the game. Mirotic the screen. Moore dishes to Davis. Outside for Rondo. And Mirotic has it in the corner. No good on the 3. The Warriors shooting has been just uncontainable. 72%. Looney with the bucket.
And just the fact that Curry doesn't force anything, just runs the offense the way it's supposed to.
Davis setting the pick for Rondo. And here's Moore outside. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got 4 assists in the game. There's Looney at the tip. And Green is right there. Green's got 8 points.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Now here's Rondo. 1:32 left in the first half of the game. And Mirotic kicks to Davis. Out to Miller. Beyond the arc. Warriors with the rebound. And Durant, here we go. Count it. Durant's got 4 points in the quarter.
Crazy long strides there from KD. Once he gets by you on the drive, see you later.
Curry against Rondo. Miller sets a screen for Rondo. Mirotic has a wide open look. Buries the long-range jumper. 8 points for him.
Defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
And that one's good by Davis.
When Anthony Davis gets the rock and lets it go from there, he just makes it look so incredibly easy.
The shot by Looney, no good. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. And Moore kicks to Rondo. And it's Davis at the elbow.
Yes!
Wow.
What a throwdown by AD. He really rocks the rim with that one.
Here's Looney. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Looney's got his second basket of the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And that one is hammered home.
And if you're open, Draymond Green will find you. He's got a great feel.
Here's Davis. Green with the block. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Draymond. Of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. You know, I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 25 points, 3 steals, and 1 block. Tonight isn't an exception as looking back at his last few games, he's been stringing together some incredible performances. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, they built this lead in large part because of the sharpshooters off the bench. The subs played a superb game. Get it? Sub, superb. Oh, I'm rolling tonight. I mean, they played like starters.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
And how about that? Already through 2 quarters and some change, he's got a double-double.
Well, it's an impressive performance thus far, but it goes beyond just his ability. Right now, he's just simply outworking the opponent.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. And the Warriors do a lot of things at a high level, but perhaps the most pleasing to the eye is their ball movement, Brent. The entire roster is unselfish, and they love to make that extra pass.
When you think about how much they are divergent from what the NBA has always been known for, pick-and-roll basketball, isolation plays, driving to the basket, they actually are dead last in a lot of those categories and end up moving the ball, moving themselves, and finding tremendous shots for each and every individual that's on the floor. Think about last year alone, Kevin, averaging 30 assists a game. That's some beautiful basketball.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half, it's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Clay in the backcourt. Durant and Draymond Green, talented forward duo. And it's McGee in at the center position. The Warriors shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. And Durant gets it to go.
And the sinewy body of Kevin Durant allows him to finish through the physical play.
Rondo kicks to Moore. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Moore's got 12 in the game.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
Yeah, we got to be a DEFCON 1 here because at this point, he is so dialed in, you got to get him off his spots.
And so it's New Orleans with it, following the score by Golden State. Mirotic, a screen on Green. Here's Moore. Great team that time from Green.
And we're seeing there, he knows the pressure.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be. Well, great start. Check that box. Their first 4 shots, guys, and the offense looking very fluid right now.
Here's more. The Warriors making the shot. And Durant comes to help. Down low. And finished off by Davis.
That's a perfect lob leading to a spectacular dunk from Davis there. Threw it up on time, on target.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Inside, Holiday, and the layup is good.
Well, when your guards are willing to go in there to the hoop like Drew Holiday, it's a huge confidence boost for the rest of the team.
Green, no luck. The Pelicans have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Rondo kicks to Davis. New Orleans getting another chance here. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Great positioning on the glass, jumping all over that miss and sticking it back in.
For New Orleans, they have knocked down 5 of their 9 attempts at the stripe tonight.
One shot.
And Brent, so often we talk about star power in the NBA. Who are some of the guys flying under the radar that could soon become that star power, that household name?
Well, I think Indiana has an opportunity to hold on to a good one in Miles Turner, a center that just spent 1 year in college, has shown some signs of rapid improvement. And being in Indiana as a 5-man that can step out, shoot the mid-range jump shot, finish at the rim, handle the basketball. He is definitely a guy I have my eye on as taking the next step and being a star in this league.
Holiday gets the bucket.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Durant. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. And so it's New Orleans with it. Rondo with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
What a year for JaVale McGee to re-find his form and some confidence as an NBA player. Signed with the Warriors, played his way into their rotation, and after being on the verge of possibly being out of the NBA, he was a huge piece of a championship caliber team.
And he makes the first. And for McGee, a lot of it was just finding the right situation.
Well, to me, for McGee, it wasn't so much about the fit and the style of play. It was about the character around him. And I think that Steve Kerr and collectively the roster just wanted to empower JaVale McGee to go out and be effective on the floor. What a tremendous comeback year for that young player.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
Just watch the way the Warriors run their offense, and you have to think about the way that Steve Kerr had set things up. So many options and cuts on every play, using the 3-point line to spread out the defense and find angles and niches to attack. Rarely relies on the ever-present NBA isolation plays.
Defense, for me, just hasn't made the commitment to sprint back in transition, and that's why you see such a huge differential in fast break points.
Here's Clark. Mirotic, the screen. They double him with Green. Now the feed to Mirotic. That 3 off the mark. And with the fluid offense that Kerr has the Warriors running right now, Brent, it's as effective as it gets and has been for his whole tenure. The passing is just superb.
Well, it's an unreal offensive system with unreal shooters, Kevin. And so, guys understand that if we keep moving around and we keep moving the ball, everybody's going to have a shot to make a shot and to make the kind of contributions to the team offensively that they're used to. The fantastic part about what Steve's done, though, is the accountability on the defensive end, as Golden State is one of the primetime defenses every year.
And this is the tempo you love to watch. I mean, get out fast before the defense can get set.
Holiday with it. Picked up by Thompson. Poked away, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. So for the Pelicans, Diallo, he's checked in for Davis, and it's Hill in for Rajon Rondo. David West, he's checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Klay Thompson. Here's Holiday. He has 6. Pickup by Hill. Here's Clark. Down to 5 on the shot clock. McGee with the block. The Warriors, another fast break opportunity here. And Nick Young with the slam.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And then uses his explosiveness once he's gathered the rebound to throw it down.
Now McGee following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. And good that time. McGee's got 6 points in the quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Stolen by McGee. And it's McGee with the jam.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
Here's Clark. He's covered by Livingston. Diallo, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Diallo's got his second bucket tonight.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebound. And unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Off the pick, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Hill can be a valuable player, someone who sees the floor very well, that time moving the ball.
They set the pick. West. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got his 4th assist in this one. For New Orleans, they've gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Mirotic sets the screen for Holiday. Mirotic, a screen on Curry. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. 8 points for Drew Holiday.
Not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second.
Here's Clark to the left side wing. Here's Diallo. Warriors with the rebound. Curry's got 5 rebounds tonight. The shot missing. Good D by Holiday. Hill left side. From past the arc. Back to Holiday. He kicks to Mirotic. No good from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Now here is Holiday. Not a lot of room. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Golden State will take it the other way. Here's Livingston. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket. Well, for New Orleans, shooting approximately 43% in the third quarter. Now the pass to Clark. Here's Diallo. It's rebounded by West. West has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got 12 points in just the second half.
Great vision from Sean Livingston, scanning the floor and finding the man.
Tipped away. Oh, and here comes Curry all alone. And Curry with the stuff.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Well, the crowd got in here tonight and sat down, and that's where they stayed all night long, extremely poised, which has led to a monster lead.
And here are the Pelicans now, following the score by Golden State. West outside. Shoots over Mirotic. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Pelicans shooting 41% for the game. Holiday, the pass to Hill. No good with the triple.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Here's Clark following the score by Golden State. And Hill throws it down.
Yeah, you'd like to push Hill out of the lane, and he'd like to push it back in.
Here's Young. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Diallo's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Holiday dishes to Mirotic. Curry against Holiday. Lets the 3 fly. And there's Mirotic on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And when you look at the Pelicans, you got to expect for them to be one of the top defensive teams in the league. You've got the Twin Towers down low, and Drew Holiday is in the top handful, I think, of defensive point guards in the league.
Making a switch here. Miller's checked in. Golden State also making some changes. Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Looney comes in for David West. And it's Iguodala in for Steph Curry. Andrew Holiday at 6'4", great size for the point guard position.
And his height enables him to cover shooting guards. At the same time, he does a great job of keeping smaller players in front of him.
And so it's New Orleans with it after the miss from Andre Iguodala. 1:37 left in the third quarter. He gets that one. And so here is New Orleans. Pass to Clark. New Orleans moving it around. That shot wide open. Miller's got 6.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
The Pelicans shooting right around 41% from the field in quarter 3. Double team on Holiday. Pass to Diallo. He feeds it to Clark. Dishes it to Mirotic. Offensive rebound. Diallo. Good defensive work there by Young. Warriors shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Some changes for New Orleans. Davis is checked in for Diallo. Etuan Moore comes in for Ian Clark. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Drew Holiday. The Pelicans shooting around 41% on the night. Rondo kicks to Davis. Feeds it to Mirotic. Offline with his 3.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
.36 seconds left to play in the third. Moore passes to Rondo. Rondo is doubled. It's Davis on the wing. Outside Rondo. Back to Davis. There's the 3. The rebound by Young. And it's the Warriors' ball. Here's Looney. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. His performance that quarter has earned him a double-double. Seems like he's been everywhere in this game. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Move it to the next guy, drive and kick, let it come out in the wash, all right?
And Steve Kerr asking his guys to simply run their offense, share the basketball.
Yeah, and don't just settle for tossing it around the horn. Attack the defense. Play inside out when you can.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So for New Orleans right now, they've got Miller. Hill is out there with Okafor. Then there's DeAndre Liggins. And it's Crawford at the point.
Well, how about a shift in your offensive consciousness? Start to find Sean Livingston. Give him the ball.
The shot's good.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
Miller outside. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got his fifth rebound in this one. Here's Cook. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Iguodala can see everywhere on the floor. He keeps his eyes moving to find a teammate.
Pick by Okafor. Outside Hill. Kicks it to Liggins. Just 5 on the clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Hill, no good.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Good D by Miller.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
And Iguodala comes to help. The dish to Hill. Miller sets a screen for Hill. Drills it from outside.
I mean, letting that guy shoot freely from out there, he's going to destroy you from the perimeter if you do that.
Looney with the bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Passes it to Hill. Warriors with the rebound.
Oh, and the D did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
Livingston, that's good.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The Pelicans have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Knocks it loose. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. The Warriors making a switch here. Bell's checked in. The Warriors have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. And it's Cook missing. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Knocks it loose. Here's Liggins. Okafor kicks to Crawford. Shot clock at 5. Oh, trying for it. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And for the Warriors, they're shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Cook, good.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
And Liggins kicks to Crawford. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
When he felt the double team coming, quickly located the open man.
Here's Iguodala, banked in off the glass.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
The Pelicans have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Miller, no luck. The Warriors have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Count the basket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The Pelicans shooting 40% from the field. Cook, he's checked in for DeAndre Liggins. On the wing, Miller. He's covered by Iguodala. It's stolen by Bell. And here we go. Bell heading to the hoop. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And showing a good nose for the ball there. Picks it clean, then he's off to the races.
And a good decision on the move. Too often we see teams have this kind of opportunity and fail to convert.
And Iguodala comes to help. There's the screen. Outside Hill. Buries the long-range jumper. Hill's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Pelicans.
The D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
Here is Cook. He dishes it to Hill. Again, missing Hill. Brent, coming down the stretch of a tight game, some coaches like to substitute for offense and defense. Others don't. What would be your preference if you were coaching?
I think the idea has to totally do with matchups, Kevin. You're looking out on the floor. If all of a sudden the guy you want with the ball has a mismatch or an advantage, I'm going to stay away from any sort of timeout to give a coach 60 seconds to talk about something that he could probably shut down. I might not be able to be as creative as what's just happened in the flow of the game, and I'll trust my player to make the right play for me at that time. And the defense is just not very aggressive. Definitely fortunate that the mid-range jumper did not find the bottom of the net that time.
And he gets the bucket.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Okafor with the ball. Crawford outside. The feed to Cook. 4 on the clock. Now here's Crawford. Tight defense on him. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Looney kicks to Cook. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads. Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
Miller against Iguodala. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Diallo, he's checked in for New Orleans. And then for Golden State, West is checked in for Kevon Looney. And it's Kevin Durant in for Andre Iguodala. Here is Cook. Clock at 6. West with the steal. And now West running the floor all by himself.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
It's stolen by West. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Cook's got the ball. Got that bucket in no time at all.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
They've also taken care of some of the details in this game, and that's why they're ahead.
They get a hand on it. Hill kicks to Cook. Buries it from three-point range.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
Yeah, and making them. Once you get into this kind of rhythm with the three ball, it is difficult for the defense to do anything about it.
Hill dishes to Miller. They set the pick. And Durant comes to help. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw good from Diallo. And the Pelicans making a change here. Clark's checked in. Nick Young's checked in for Golden State. Second free throw, no good. And for the Warriors, they're shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. New Orleans has gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Here's Cook. A shot off that time, so Golden State will take it the other way. It's West with the drive. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Here's Clark. Over Cook, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And he lays it straight in. Cook's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Ooh, excellent work getting that close to the basket. Got to be happy getting those type of shots.
There's the pick. There's the pass to Cook. To the inside. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Young. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
He does not play the score. I mean, he's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
That's the kind of guy who does things that breaks the backs of their opponents because they're about wanting it more than the other guy you're up against.
The shot's good on the assist by West. West has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. For New Orleans, they've gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. To the inside. And that one's good by Clark.
Beautiful timing, execution, great move to the rack.
Warriors shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Cook, the pass to Hill. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Trying to cut into this lead. Bad time for a miscue.
Yeah, they may have some ants in the pants right here. You just have to take what the defense gives you.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for Cook. Pachulia, he's checked in for Golden State. Here is Cook. He's covered by Rondo. And it goes down 2 points. Cook's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And that's just a great individual play right through the teeth of the defense.
Left side Rondo. Well, a few things have become clear with Rondo in the past few seasons. 1, Greg, he needs to be happy with his situation in order to be productive. And 2, he can give you big numbers at times, but he isn't the player he once was on that Celtic team.
Yeah, and Rondo, he's such a hard-headed guy and has his own way of approaching things. If you clash with him, everything goes up in flames with his game. Needs to be on the same page with his coach, and he's running out of coaches who will put up with him.
And the first one drops.
And when engaged, Rondo is special. A triple-double threat who does a little bit of everything for his squad.
And Rondo drops them both. And it's the Warriors with the ball. West kicks to Livingston. Over Clark. Will not go. This is off the front iron. New Orleans has gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. It's stolen by Livingston. Plays it in off the breakaway. Livingston's got 20.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
The subs came in and did their job. Those points off the bench were key to their victory.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Steph Curry.
I really liked the ball movement all night long. He was excellent at setting the table for his guys. Table for 4.
Here's Hill. Excellent D there from Pachulia. West down low. He's against Hill. It's hauled in by Diallo. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're in front. 40 seconds left in the fourth. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Steph Curry.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. And he makes the first. And so Clark nails both of them. And the Warriors with possession here. Here's West. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
Now the team came in fired up from the opening tip. You see the focus. They're ready to do battle.
Rondo kicks to Hill. Pick up by Hill. Clark for 3. The Warriors pull it in.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, I think coach is right here.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
Outside Rondo, so we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Kevin, how did you guys get this win tonight?
Well, we had to get stops. You know, those guys, they got so many options, so many good players, man. We just had to rally around each other and get stops.
Yeah, you guys played your best ball at the end and got the win. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.